coming in.
Well, here we go. It is game number 1 in our second series of the day here. Amaru Gaming versus Pipsqueak+4. We'll see who's going to come out the victor, as both these teams currently tied at 2 and 3. We've had a lot of treats today on this stream, man. We got a carry Pudge now. We got an offlane Huskar, an offlane Bounty. We get the 5th position Venomancer now. Like, this is some good stuff. This is what we like to see. This could be the hugest Gale of all time. 4 heroes caught from this. Wits will go in with the Blade Fury, trying to stay on top of Kadaro, but Gardic, we talked about it. The fact that there's all of these dots is so difficult to deal with. They do manage to get first blood, but now they will get a really nice pushback here, looking for Nande. 2 kills already going the way. Let's see if they can chase for more. Battle Hunger is out. Tai Lung taking a beating here on the puck. They might get the denied. No, they will not. But now Yayo has to try and get away from this one. Where's the Gush? Where's the Blade Fury? How long until these are back up off cooldown? The Gush is back. Wits here as well. There's the pushback from the Flame Break. 4 kills. We got 10 seconds till the bounty runes, baby.
There's time to respawn and fight again. Let's go. Get in here. Okay, that is huge for
Wits
Amaru.
is going to be really farmed.
Yeah, I was thinking it would be the funniest thing in the world. We have 2 of the 3 heroes who can be denied in this game. Been funny to see that many kills and they're all denies. I saw the players trying to get the denies and just not quite landing it. They can be hugely impactful. For example, not going to lane 2 to 4, but now with this hook, should balance it out. This should be a kill here for the Pudge. You need like 1 more attack.
Ooh, body blocks.
Oh, that's actually expired.
They got out.
Okay.
Right.
I thought the healing Shadow Word had a little bit more to go. Still, you're really low. Can't do much in the lane now. Nether hook.
They're just gonna run at the Oscar. I mean, it's smart stuff, right? Like, you need to apply pressure before this Tide Hunter becomes pretty much an unmovable object. So good stuff there. Top lane, Eki putting in a lot of harassment damage versus this Juggernaut as well. The daggers constantly there. There's the battle.
You're gonna deny each other.
That would be so funny, actually. I would love that. And Knight does end up going down bottom. Nande with the kill. Dude, honestly, if I'm he bought 2 salves with his starting gold on Gardic after that fight. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna need a bunch of these.
He is not wrong. Yeah, we see Wits goes for the level 2 healing ward. Not something you usually want to do. You want to be able to take the Blade Dance. I think this game, it makes a lot of sense. Ooh, using the blink to kill the healing ward. Got to play careful without that.
Oscar dead in the bottom lane. Yeah, I mean, Knight's still level 1 is the issue. This creep wave has just been piling up. They haven't been able to farm it, and this safe lane Pudge is having a great time now.
He was supposed to have a bad time. You can't give him that many hooks.
They need to deny Gardic here. All right, he gets to deny. Eki might burn. Okay, yeah, he denies to the creeps. Oh boy, how many? Okay, we are gonna have so many denies this game.
The first, I thought we'd have so much more before that, but our first deny on the board, 2 minutes in. 4 and 4, a bloodbath of a game, which I feel should have set Amaru for a really good pace, but the safe lane bouncing back with these hooks as a make or break hero, and Nande kind of making a case for himself to pick the carry Pudge, a little bit of an unconventional grab, but if you don't miss hooks, then it's it's totally fine. With that said, bottom lane right now, I don't know if you want to land a hook. Running you down 6 stacks of the napalm.
Oh,
he doesn't miss.
He does not. Knight in trouble again. Nice Gush though to make a little bit of space, and he's gonna have to pop another salve here on this Bat Rider. Meanwhile, you have a Warlock, so not too worried about it on the Pudge.
I will say the pivot to the Dragonite, or I guess the Queen of Pain is the one pivoting to support. Dragonite going mid versus the Puck. Pretty good for the Dragon Knight, but after Puck got all those buffs to Curveball, or like people just getting used to Curveball, Puck was honestly winning this lane a lot of the time. So I was kind of curious to see how it would go. It comes down to like the player skill to actually execute this counter pick. Copy, pretty experienced mid though, and is picking up a lead versus Tai Long. Though you do see like Tai Long has more CS than Pucks used to even be able to get in this type of lane.
It used to be incredibly rough. Well, Gardic in a little bit of trouble here as Yayo gonna try and apply some pressure. They get the call. Can he get the deny is the question. Gets the Gale off. Gonna go for the TP, but the damage is there. All right.
Yep.
Juggernaut has 21 charges.
Trading kills in the top lane. I think Jug's still... Actually, I'm trying to think of like who's actually happier with this.
Probably
I guess
Jug,
Axe
but I
was
don't think
always going to farm fast. So the fact that Juggernaut has more gold than usual means you're maybe getting to like a Battle Fury faster. That might be a bigger deal, especially because there's no... Like, you're playing versus Pudge, so the traditional scaling is not there. It's kind of covered by the Dragon Knight mid. But if you are picking up your farming speed faster, I think that's good for them.
Queen of Pain with a nice rotation mid. Oscar does end up dying bottom as Nande just kills him underneath the tower with thanks to the creep wave. And, well, Queen of Pain also now... oh, his Batrider courier is in the wrong neighborhood. A little bit of a miss micro there.
Oh, I think that's the first one I noticed getting missed.
Yeah.
Can't land them all. I think he's still at like 80 to 90% hit rate.
They're still looking for Knight. Jump in from Eki, Blood Grenade, Dagger. He tries to get up onto the high ground and Firefly away, but those creeps taking a lot of damage from them. Does manage to tick down to the Dagger, and now Oscar is in deep here. There's a blink available for this Queen of Pain, and well, Tai Long coming through. They definitely saw those wards get placed, so we'll see if they can remove those. But for now, Hook. Oh my goodness.
I think that catapult gave him a little bit more time to react. I think he saw it past the catapult.
Gardic coming over, trying to push this Queen of Pain away from this. She does have 2 points Dagger now, so good harassment from her, but we'll have to give it up. All right. In terms of all these lane rotations, like there's a lot of fighting that's been happening. Bottom, we're seeing heroes in mid. Venomancer's gonna head back to bottom as well. Planning to start playing for the 7-minute Wisdom Rune. Who's like really benefiting from this, you think?
I mean, I want to say Pipsqueak+4 because they started this game down 2 kills, 4-2 exchange, and now they are 2k up at 7 minutes. So I think that's a huge outplay on their part. We've seen, I mean, First Blood alone can already be impactful, let alone 4 kills. And now you've killed the Juggernaut. Carry's getting run down.
He just...
Pudge is very tanky.
I was saying, he could just dismember you, and they do manage to just kill the puck under the tower. He's going to try and TP out. The Gush and Anchor Smash at the last second will find him, but... I mean, you trade 3 for 1 across the map. That's not a good feeling. Your Juggernaut dying to an Axe Call in the top lane and a Golem does not feel good.
No, you're happy with that. With Pipsqueak+4, your Dragonite. I'm interested to see what build he's gonna go for. From the mid Dragonites, we often see more blinks. But when you have a Pudge carry and we're throwing out the idea that, okay, maybe the scaling's gonna come from the mid Dragonite, maybe you do just go the Armlet Mask of Madness that we've seen some players do, even from the mid lane. Either way, you get a nice chunk of gold from that rotation.
Yeah, I think I would still like the blink just because, like, Pudge can bring a lot of damage in the early mid game. Like, if you get to the Aghanim Scepter and blink himself, like, he's ready to just run at you. But I do agree that, like, if you don't pull ahead substantially at that moment, then you're going to struggle. Because you already have, like, blink initiation from, like, the offlane axe eventually. Yeah, maybe you do need to just build damage on the mid lane DK here. We'll see.
It'll be hard to catch Puck if you don't get a blink, though. Call is something you can react to. Pudge. Blink Dismember can work, but he's going for the Ags. Which, I mean, yeah, he's carry Pudge. It's not that surprising, but it just means getting to the Puck will be very tricky. Getting, like, even if you build damage, getting past all the Plague Ward slows will also be tough without a blink. With all that said, he deliberated for a while, has settled on buying armlet components. So I think he is going to try to scale up as a typical right-click Dragon Knight.
I mean, Pudge is actually only like 1,400 gold from his Aghanims. He's having a really good game. So that will amplify his farm speed, yeah, dramatically. Can't really stop a TP out, so Axe will just leave. Mid lane, Tai Long in some trouble. Does get the silence here. He's gonna need to coil and run, but the hook is there.
Okay, I guess it's not that hard to get to Puck.
Just find him right after he throws the orb, you know?
Gotta add a little bit of surprise in there. You get a Puck kill and the tier 1. Very nice. Fast TP bottom. Seeing if they can get the Tidehunter. Typically a tough hero to kill, but Rot Slow can't be dispelled. Ugh. Bring down the hook
nice
percentage.
Little phase boot. Yeah, nice little phase boot. Juke there. Good stuff.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Eki moving on over. So far, Queen of Pain, 3-1-1 build, going for an Urn, has the Bondage facet. I'm taking notes. I'm ready to grief my own pubs, copying what Eki does. Sonic Wave to initiate.
Push back with the Sonic Wave. They go for the member into the Golem as well. Yeah, that'll be enough.
They hate Tidehunter. Fair enough. I mean, with the Tidehunter down, he's the one you overcommit, they ravage, they rotate every hero in, right? So if you kill him super quickly, they won't even bother responding. You'll get a free tower. You'll get to set up in this part of the map.
I mean, he's the only one that defends towers right now, right? Like, realistically, this hero is really strong at just sitting in front of a tower and defending it, but yeah, it's a lot of spell damage to go through the Kraken shell, so good stuff there. Coil, mid lane, onto the Queen of Pain. She is level 7, so worth a good bounty. Takes them a little while to get the kill, but they'll take it anyway. Anything they can get right now. Oh, beautiful hook from Nande. He's got the Ags already. Dude, Oscar forced to ravage, but the damage is still there.
So usually you'd feel good Puck killing Queen of Pain. It's like, oh yeah, I got their mid. Oh wait, that's for support Queen of Pain, and we lost our offlaner for that. So things continuing to go Pipsqueak's way.
Yeah, huge gold advantage already.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. You mentioned the Tidehunter, great hero for holding. So is Venomancer usually. He has 3 points in Plague Wards. Didn't go for like the greedier Poison Sting build, which gives you more damage. Plague Wards is usually good at holding towers, but all of them are down. And you don't have a lot of map space now.
Yeah, normally we see the Venomancer support like start to snowball in terms of net worth, but he's not really getting anything right now on the map. Like
he can't afford to
jungling a little bit here and there, but yeah, you're right. He can't afford to.
Can't afford to be greedy because otherwise your cores will have nowhere to farm. He may have nowhere to farm too. Eki blinks in. I don't think he was ready for that either, so everyone is gonna walk away from this. Fair enough. We're supporters. We don't have to fight. You know, you're warding, I'm warding. Let's go in peace.
Right, that's the pipe on Axe. That will give him quite a bit of survivability for his team. I will say the one thing that they can rely on right now for Amaru is the fact that Jug has the Battle Fury at like a pretty decent timing. I think we saw earlier like a 15-minute Battle Fury. This one, not nearly that slow, so he will start to catch up to some of these other heroes, but all 3 cores on the side of Pipsqueak are having a great game.
Yeah. With that said, he does, like, the Battle Fury timing is solid, but I actually thought it would be even better considering he had the kills from the very first blood. Good patience on the hook there. Oops, a little off. Tide is quite tanky, but he'll still die here.
Yeah.
A little bit of counter synergy from the golem spawning. Nande had to make sure not to hook an imp.
I think Eki just solo killed the Bat Rider.
Yeah. Bat Rider soloed himself a little bit too. Took some damage from the Firefly.
Stoked.
But yeah, but Queen of Pain did do the rest.
Blink Dagger now on your Pudge. We were talking about, like, you know, that Blink initiation coming eventually. I mean, they can just run you down right now. I really am worried about their ability to play this. And Copy with the Armlet Mask of Madness, like, he's farming up, working towards his BKB. If you can find him here, it would be huge.
Has no blink to escape.
We'll see him. They get the coil into an immediate Omni Slash, and that is absolutely everything that you need. The question is, can you get out? He actually cancels his TP, so they're not going to leave. Okay. Well, that's because they're killing Oscar for the 6th time bottom.
Yeah, he started TPing worried that they were killing him, but since you know they're killing your offlaner, you can hang around, try to punish them for being over there, killing your tanky Tide Hunter. Okay, they're gonna smoke though and rush to the Twin Gate, seeing if they can catch the Juggernaut on a retreat out of here, knowing he canceled his TP.
Okay, no, they see the Juggernaut there. They're TPing and everything. Nande goes in with a blink, does not manage to find the hook, so Juggernaut just needs to run here. And he's unfortunately running right into an Axe. Instantly loses the healing ward, and a Culling Blade will seal the deal. Very big kill for the side of Pipsqueak, and actually just, there's no way. They're going to walk right into Roche? Do they have the damage for this?
Seems tough.
They also have the sneaky ward that's actually going to allow them to set up into a great lasso. The question is, do they have the damage? Eki's just surviving this so much. There's the blink into the dismember. They take down the puck. That is not good. Now Gardic in trouble. Does not have that ult to really help out at all. And you do not have a Tide Hunter this game.
No, honestly, all the heroes are starting to struggle a lot on the side of Amaru Gaming. I guess it's a bait. I don't know. I think Roche should be really slow for these heroes. But Amaru takes it anyways and approaches, and that means you just go and kill them. Nande's blink paying off very quickly here. He's found a lot of kills already. How many stacks is he at? Now that you've killed them, you can do Roche thanks to the golem helping you out. Copy made his way over. Nande with 11 flesh heap stacks already, 17 minutes into the game, has 2,500 health. This is a very scary Pudge.
Yeah, you severely lack the damage to kill the Pudge. Like, Blade Fury already does no damage to this hero because of how his, oh my gosh.
Meat Shield.
Meat Shield. I always want to say Flesh Heap, but it's not. Yeah, Meat Shield. Because of how Meat Shield works, he actually just takes 0 damage from Juggernaut's Blade Fury. So the only damage you can do is going to be the right clicks, and he can just dismember you. So, not a great feeling.
Yeah, Yayo this game, he rushed the pipe. Compared to the last series where we talked about the Axe needing the blink, this time you have the Pudge with the blink and the hooks to initiate for you, and you also don't really need to initiate. Like, you are strong enough to just walk at them and sit behind this Dragonite like this, so you don't really need to do these blink calls to set up supports. When they initiate on the Dragonite, you'll just drop Golem and Fatal Bonds, you'll blink in and Sonic Wave, you'll walk in, pipe, call, all that stuff. So I'm okay with the build this time, and we see it's working. Copy already halfway down this tower. Start with the Noxious Plague.
It's a lot of damage, but they don't really care. Like, they can reset so easily. And that means Noxious Plague is on cooldown. They're TPing out, really.
What would win? Venomancer's ultimate or Warlock pressing W?
Apparently Warlock pressing W because it heals 900 health or something for some reason. How much healing is it actually? Let's see.
I'll tell you the numbers. It's 45 heal for 10 seconds. NA math, I'm not even going to attempt that.
That's about 900.
Yeah. Sounds about right. NA math.
Are scanning.
Though actually, with resistances, it is effectively 900. When you're healing a Dragonite who is sitting at 55% damage reduction.
It offsets it.
Yeah, carry over some numbers, zeros here.
All right, Blink Lasso, they find the axe. The puck's gonna come in as well. Do they have the damage? Honestly, with the Witchblade, I think they do. They will finally punish somebody. It's a lot of gold going into Wits. This is why I'm surprised they backed. I feel like they are so far ahead with the Dragonite. They could have just reset for a second Dragon form and gone high ground, but good punish there from the side of Amaru. They are all walking right under a ward, though, and they will quickly find themselves the Venomancer Tylung. Big amplified damage rune coil onto 2. There's the Omni Slash onto the Pudge, but he's just so damn tanky going for the Blade Fury, but he's just walking away, and now the Golem, the Sonic Wave, the Healing Ward dies immediately. Eki just gonna walk right through these guys as Dragon Knight just doing way too much damage, and Nande comes back in with the rod, gets another. Knight will be next. 4 dead for nothing. He got a full Omni onto this Pudge and he didn't die.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty solid start. Pretty solid start to the fight, like we'll see here in the replay. But that's the nature of being 7,000 gold down. Even though you take Axe out of the picture here in his auras, you lose your Venomancer right away, and he actually provides a good amount of damage in these fights. Then you are just kind of like kiting these heroes. Like, you see a lot of Pipsqueak+4 are pretty low, but you're not able to actually finish the job. Imagine just a little bit more AoE magic damage from the Venomancer there, right? You pick up a triple kill for your team. So, not bad, but not good enough when you're now 12k down after losing that fight and the Tormentor.
Shard went to copy of all heroes, which is quite funny. I mean, it's not the worst spell to have. It's kind of decent for clearing waves and pressuring the high ground even. He does have a BKB coming on the Courier. 25 seconds left on the Aegis. They're going to try and start whittling him down as that Aegis is set to expire, so he needs to be careful not to lose it. There's the Lotus Orb. Nande, hook. Will find Oscar. He's going to get the Blubber to remove it. The Aegis, where's the timing on this? The Pipe is out surviving. It's 4 seconds. Copy dies with 1 second on the Aegis. And his BKB is here and waiting for him when he responds.
Okay, trying not to break the coil to wait out the Aegis, but ends up dying too soon anyways. It was pretty close. It was a nice try on the timing. Almost backfired to hook the Tidehunter in. Not usually the hero you want to go for, but they're feeling really strong, so they thought they could. It's not like they really lost all that much. They're going to take a different fight over here, take out the Bat Rider. The ultimates that made that last fight close no longer up. You're going to lose 2 heroes. I think you can head back to that bottom lane pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to try and chase the puck, but difficult hero to catch. Dragon Knight's already cutting that bottom lane, getting ready to continue that push.
Yeah, even if you let Tai Lung cut your next wave, I think you still finish this bottom racks with the Dragon form.
Oh, they jump in. They get the Dismember. Silence to follow from the Queen of Pain. They got him.
Queen of Pain buying her shard. Extra 1.75 seconds of silence. Enough to finish the job. Also enough to finish this Venomancer up top. This will be the bottom racks, 23 minutes in. Very, very grim for Amaru Gaming here. I don't know, you gotta lasso someone into the fountain to have a shot.
Yeah. They're already here beating on the tier 2 in the mid lane. Dragon form about to expire, but do you even have to back at this point? Like, Warlock's Golem is up. Nande is unbelievably strong. Like, I don't know how you kill the Pudge right now. Like you said, lasso him into the fountain, maybe. That's the answer.
If you were playing safe, yeah, you could back out, wait for the next Roche. It's pretty close. Like you said, this team is very strong. And for the way this is going, I think they kind of know, like, yeah, we're kind of outplaying Amaru here. We're not that worried about the, you know, the risk of not doing the ultimate safe play of waiting for Roche. I say that they do seem to be backing a little, seeing if they can get a kill. And if they don't get a kill, they may just wait for Roche. If you get a pick off before then you just go without it. But otherwise, you get Roche. You close this out.
Ooh, that scan might have been giving him a false sense of security as Nande finds Gardic. Such an easy kill against the Venomancer. Beyond godlike now on his Pudge. 13, 2, and 7 as he's working towards a Shivas after the Lotus Orb.
This was going to either be an amazing Venomancer game or a terrible one, because there's 3 strength melee heroes. You can cancel their blinks with Plague Wards. You do a bunch of damage with your ult. You slow them down, kite them. Or they're winning and they can just blink, hook, insta-kill you because you're some super squishy support. It was always going to be one side of the extremes, and in this case, he is suffering. Oh, Puck didn't get out of there.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, which one of those 2 extremes is it? You know, just in case I wasn't aware. That Omni Splash. I mean, it's ending up on Yeo, but they just don't have the damage. And Juggernaut with a Blade Fury, he's just getting bit by this Pudge. Big Sonic Wave. It's a 5-for-0 on your own high ground. What a game from Pipsqueak. They just steal
rotations from the cores, right? The Nature 6, the Underlord 6, and then probably the Leshrac Blink. Like, with those items and levels online, this is where you have a much easier time outplaying your opponent. But let's see if there's another crazy level 1 fight that might throw everything we said into the trash and we just start a new form of gaming.
Sign me up. I want that exact thing to happen. So here we go. It is game number 2, Pipsqueak versus Amaru. Overall, the draft from Pipsqueak checks a lot of boxes. We'll have to see if this last pick, Templar Assassin, will be enough to walk away with the victory. As the mid lane, Tai Lung on the Dragonite will be going up against the Leshrac. Not the easiest matchup, but can be a little bit difficult. How do you feel about the Templar Assassin into this game, by the way? Because, like, into Underlord, I feel like you have pretty good ways of breaking Refraction, but...
Losing Refraction is scary, but you have a really good wave clear and a bunch of bonus damage. That's usually where Underlord wins, right? He reduces your damage and out CSs you. Very difficult to do that versus a TA because of her bonus damage and the fact that she'll just shove in the lane and then go jungle. And
yeah,
you can't really... like, oh, let's go kill her, I'm Underlord, right? You can't really do that. You have to beat people in the lane. So I think it's a way to sidestep this Underlord. With that said, Pipsqueak+4 finds Wit with the disruption.
That's a really nice tag team. With
you're
this,
dead. You're just wasting time, but...
he knows. That is first blood for the off-lane Underlord. That is pretty dang good. Great disruption set up there.
Always dangerous to run around like that. That's why you usually see the teleports to lane. Thought he could go through the river. But smart play from Pipsqueak+4, holding the Shadow Demon up there. It does mean in the bottom lane, Nature's teleporting right away, going for the dieback on Wit. Oh my god, this is a sick play if they get him.
I mean, do they have the damage they do with the Sprout?
Dude, that's so good.
Oh my god.
Money tree for Eki as well. And then now Nature's TP's bottom. Okay, you got to kill Nature's now to match this. And you're only level 1. The downside to getting that first blood top is that Oscar and Knight got the equilibrium in an amazing spot. So their off lane is good. Nande sacrificing his own lane to destroy the TA start. very selfless, and I think super worth it because TA is a tempo carry who needs to have a good start and get active that way. Nature's, even off of a bad lane, you can always just teleport to favorable fights. So
yeah,
I really like that play, and it was so good it crashed the server, apparently. We got some server lag. These guys will be backing up in it.
Yeah, I'm legitimately trying to figure out like what you do on the TA to salvage this, because you're going to be coming back into the lane completely starved of gold and XP, right? Like he
lane's in a bad spot.
Yeah, he has one creep of experience. He's up against what's going to be almost a level 3 Underlord. And like you said, the wave is in a bad spot. You do have a Chen, which is obviously like a great support hero, but he doesn't stop them from running at you. Like this hero is supposed to like whittle down the enemies with the mana burn and make it so that they can't use their spells. Like that doesn't really work. Tusk has boots. He's got level 2. How do you even approach this lane now?
Yeah, when I was saying I don't think Underlord can easily kill on TA, that was in an even lane. Now you have a big advantage over her. I still think actually killing her will be difficult to force unless she steps up too far. I think mostly you do stuff like this, right? You just continue to keep the lane in a good spot for Underlord, sit there, and now Chen kind of has to, no way.
They're just gonna run him again.
They hate Wit. They hate him.
I mean, where can he go? You just hit your level 2s. Wits is dead for a 3rd time by 2 minutes. They get the Shadow Demon, but
that's bullying.
They don't care. Nande's just going to go back through the Twin Gate. See you later. We'll have the TP this time. Dude, wait a minute. What if he doesn't leave?
No, he's Twin Gating.
Okay.
Oh, you mean Nande goes back top? I mean, you can do it again in like 30 seconds.
What if Nande didn't leave?
How long can you keep TA at level 1? Oh, Tusk killing couriers now too. There's another one. Turn around, Eki. Eki.
Oh, he's
Eki, one more.
His ward sees
one
it.
More.
Oh,
yeah.
He's got boots. That thing's dead. Even committing the shards. Oh no.
All right, this safe lane is a disaster. Your off lane is doing well, although Nature's is still ahead because he's gotten the kills. But at least the Mars is farming decently. Dragonite doing okay versus the Leshrac. But unfortunately, Dragonite's not really a hero who, okay, I'll hit 6 and I'll come save your lane, right? He's not an Ember, he's not a Storm Spirit. He needs a Blink to really be able to make those plays. Usually, you just punish the enemy mid to rotate and you take their tower when they go, which is nice, but TA gonna need a little bit more than that because they hate Wits.
Baiting here on the edge with this creep wave. They will get another kill onto Wits. I mean, the good news is since he's solo level, he respawns very quickly, but...
Oh yeah, that's huge for them.
Also, since he's solo level, the money tree is not worth that much.
Oh, massive.
But, yeah. I'm really looking for any silver lining I can find right now, but...
He's very generous with his money tree, I gotta say. He keeps letting Eki get all the money, all 16 of the gold at the start of the game.
Yeah, right. Woo!
So little money, but it's money. Yeah, I mean, like every time you get a tree, right? It's like you picked up extra creep or 2, right? So it adds up. Why not? Eki, another courier. Oh, he's looking away. He was looking somewhere else on the map. He didn't see the courier step by him.
This dude's out for blood, man. He doesn't care couriers anymore. He's looking for kills. Dragontail out from Tai Lung into the dive here for Knight. Tag team on the money. Shards will trap him in place, and they will get the kill. Eki should die for this one, and he will. Next to the tower.
That means Wits is not being killed, so he's finally getting a little bit of farm. I will say, it's pretty funny to see them put that much attention on him. It can backfire, where you put too much attention on one guy, and there's only so much you can shut him down before it starts being like diminishing returns, you know, like you're bringing too many people and slowing your own game down. I think if they leave it at where it's at, it was relatively good. I mean, it was good, of course, but too much. Like, you keep bringing 3 hero rotation on him, and now the Mars will be getting too rich. The Dragonite would be getting too rich. So I think it's time to start putting some attention to them, which Eki tried. They end up with the Hoodwink instead of the Dragonite. Someone better come save Poppy, though.
That's a lot of damage. Can he make it into the tower? It looks like for now, he will. One last auto attack from the Dragonite. The Corrosive Dragon's burning him down. They get the kill. And comes the Sprout. Snowball on over to the tag team. Great bushwhack onto 3. The chain stun out for the Dragon Tail, but Tai Lung's fallen low. They get the kill. Kadaro will fall next.
Money tree.
As all of the gold sprouting out there, they want to make sure they get whatever they can. Knight will grab the shield rune. And that will keep him nice and tanky, nice and healthy. Wit, top lane.
If Nande had TP, you know he'd be here.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately for them, that ended up being a long teleport. Mid, I don't think Shadow'd even realize that. Otherwise, he could TP further back to better match where Leshrac ran to. But I guess Leshrac must have recently TP'd to mid. That, you know, you kind of like overlook that stuff in the heat of the moment. Like, come save me. You know, you're not thinking about, hey, did you TP here? You know, like, where should I put my where should I teleport into?
Man, they are so worried. Like, they're scanning on top of their Templar assassin top. Like, gosh, where is that? Where are they? They're coming any second, aren't they? Yayo has now taken the top tower. This is what needed to happen. Like you said, they don't need to like really continue running at the Templar Assassin. They need to shrink the map, and that's exactly what they're doing. They take the tier 1 top. The Underlord is getting incredibly farmed. They're bringing a lot of heroes bottom onto Amaru. So they want to try and take a tower of their own, match that aggression. I think the moment they see Tai Lung, they might look to start putting pressure mid. But for now, he's been hiding in the trees here on the Dragonite. Disruption here from Kadaro. Might try and bait them here with an illusion.
I don't think they're buying it. There's no way a Shattered even walks out on his own verse 4, you know?
Well, they're looking for Wits, maybe. Hiding in the trees here. Eki's gonna find him. Tag team shards. In comes Nande. The Sprout will follow in a moment. That's a fully completed vessel. And now the Underlord with a Pit of Malice. He got that refraction off, though, so he is surviving. The Arena and the Spear, though. That's a big one. Great response from Oscar and good patience from Wits.
All right, some bright sides, right? Because he's so underleveled and so poor on Wits, the Spirit Vessel is not doing a lot of percent HP damage to him, which is what Nande went for. This is a very aggressive carry natures build. This is usually what you see from like the mid natures. Usually you'd be going towards right click, you know, treads into Maelstrom, which he's gonna go for. It's just really delayed, and that means he doesn't bring as much damage to the TA, who lives quite a while thanks to the refraction, and the team rotates in to save her, which is gonna be pretty big for them. Those kills are worth a lot since the Underlord was doing so well.
And this game's dead even after going 0-4 in lane on a Templar Assassin. And she's gonna catch these other heroes, like in terms of net worth. 3 Sage's masks on Wits.
I mean, he's just jungling and needs to spam Q, you know, like...
Yeah.
He had no money for anything better, so this is his adjustment to it. Perhaps from experience, who knows? Do you think he's been in this situation before? I've died 4 times. I'm level 1. The play is triple Sage mask.
I can't say that I would have anticipated a triple Sage mask as the recovery items, but it makes sense, right? Like you said, he needs a lot of mana regen to just continue spamming out the refractions and the traps.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's going to eventually work towards the Desolator. All right, the mid lane tier 1 tower, not going to be able to last for super long here. They've got plenty of heroes, plus the catapult will go the way of Eki. Copy under an Invis rune looking bottom. I mean, if he can isolate Tai Lung, let's see. Oh, he doesn't actually have the split earth, but they do get the kill. Nice rotation in from the whole team. Nande able to join, as well as Eki.
You need the blink on this Mars. He's getting close, about 500 gold. Dragonite opted for the Armlet Mask of Madness that we're seeing a bit more from the mid Dragonites, that scaling build. But that's why you haven't seen him be able to help the TA, you know, rotate over there. You need the Mars to start making these plays. So a bit more patience, a lot more jungling for Wits. But they're approaching their own window.
Part of me wonders if he was going to go the Blink build initially and then saw Wits go 0-4 in lane and was like, all right, I got this. Wits completely isolated here once again. Nowhere to go. Great find from Eki and Copy as they just continue to just shut down the lane, the areas of the map, and see a Fiend Gate towards mid to head back this way.
Here for the
Looking
rune.
for Gardic. Eki held off here by Knight. Really nice bushwhack. Tai Lung in the trees. There's no way they find him, right? This would be... All right. A little bit annoying, but don't want to overcommit as well. Like, you have like the arena, like you were saying, but the damage coming out from Pipsqueak with the vessel as well is pretty high. Dude, they're going.
Does have his Blink Arena. It's not the easiest game for it, though. We talked about the snowball save, the disruption save. You got to be careful with where you go. If you get this mid natures, that'd be pretty good. Or like the carry natures in mid lane. Should be pretty... Dragonite's here, right? Yeah, okay.
Well, I think you're pretty happy about this if you're Amaru. You'll be happy to trade your Templar Assassin for the Nature's Prophet and a mid-tier 1 tower. They're going to bring in the Underlord here, who might be able to keep it alive. Looks like they will back away and respect it. And on the backside, Copy blinks in aggressively into the middle of 4 heroes. The Disseminate running as well quickly cleans up Gardic. So a nice move there from the Leshrac.
I'm not... Well, I mean, you take what kills you can get. I do think we're reaching that diminishing returns of continuing to kill Wits, where he stopped feeling anything after the 3rd death, you know? Like, he's not suffering more, but losing your natures is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, going for the Underlord here. He had just finished a Crimson Guard. This guy is not gonna die, so they will punish that attempt. You end up losing the Mars. As Copy's like, yeah, you guys got it. I'm just gonna keep farming over here. They're gonna Fiend Gate the fountain. Oh no, they're Fiend Gating. Oh, the 14-minute Wisdom Shrine. Very smart. Not gonna give this one up to anybody. They'll see nobody is here and then head back the other way.
Yayo, just enough time to farm the hard camp as well. Now, the real sneaky play would have been to just stay there as a team. Surprise.
Wait. They get the double Wisdom Shrine thanks to the Nature's Prophet TPing back for their own. They're just going to continue to farm. It's only a 3,000 gold advantage despite everything that's been going on. 13-7. The Dragon Knight is, you know, farming as expected out of a DK. But you are going to be starting to pull away on the Nature's Prophet here at some point because early he goes for this Vessel, but he has queued up the Mjolnir, and so he will start being an actual carry here as well.
Yeah, TA about to finish her Deso, so the farming speed will start to pick up. You can participate in some objectives, maybe. I just don't know if you want her to. You might still need her in full recovery mode. Knight in a bit of trouble here. Tusk plus the Nature's ult finishes most of the job. They just need a little bit more.
Oh, what a shards. That was very nicely done from the Tusk there, getting the shards, catching him before he could run away. Almost a really nice escape, though, from the Hoodwink.
Mars and Dragonite hoping to maybe find the natures down here, but he's actually with his team in the Roche pit. I wouldn't have expected this team to be the one doing the Roche first in the draft. I would have thought it would have been the Chen TA. So go ahead and steal this away since you're so ahead and you have the space for it. Shadow Demon and Tusk do help make this possible. You stack up some like Menace stacks on it, the tag team bonus.
All right, that should be the Maelstrom for the Nature's Prophet. Look at an Aegis for the Leshrac, and he's actually going to find an Arcane Rune here in the bottom lane, which is pretty massive. Might just happen to walk right into a Hoodwink. We'll see. They are all TPing bottom. Yayo wants to put a stop to this push. Just barely missing him in the jungle here. How did you manage to take down the Chen army? Dude, we're 16 minutes in. They got the Aegis.
It feels like a fast game, but or like it is a fast game. It feels like we're later on in the game because of how much has happened, but yeah, Tormentor hasn't even spawned yet. They're gonna find Gardic here. Lost his creep army earlier, so nothing to eat the damage from Leshrac. How much in the money tree now? This has got to be one of the most valuable money tree facets I've seen.
True. Generated a lot of value already. Top lane, Nande looking for Oscar. That Pit of Malice will come through. There's going to be a really nice gank. They'll go right back through that twin gate.
The money!
Tier 1 bottom.
Yeah,
No,
Eki, get the money.
There's more.
The money, Eki.
That was 66 gold just laying on the ground there. That's a whole, like, 2 creeps.
Exactly. He needs that.
All right, tier 1's gone. Scan does connect. Looking for Knight. The tree. Nande's like, what's up, buddy? I mean, you don't really get a lot of damage out of that. Doesn't have Curse the Old Growth either. Otherwise, there would be a lot of extra bonus damage. Blink and copy, not quite in time. I'll immediately TP top. Start looking for a different hero.
That's the nice thing about Hoodwink versus Natures, at least. You can just run through the Sprout. Don't even need to buy a Quelling Blade or a Force Staff. We'll find amplified damage to... Never mind. I thought they were going to give that to Copy. Yayo says,
just like on the way.
I think I'll take it. My bottle's empty? No, it's okay. I'll grab it.
Dude, Eki has been an absolute menace this game. He's gotten so much value out of this Blink Dagger in his early rotations. And now Yayo with an amplify damage about to hit your tower. This Underlord is hitting for like 400. Another Blink Walrus Punch initiation, this time on Tonight. Jumps in, tries to make his way into the trees, but Nande will finish the job. Another kill.
The money! Alright, he got it. Yeah, I was worried about in the draft if the supports would be enough playmakers, right? So like, oh, we need a mid laner to help us out. Nah, Eki's doing fine on his own. He's been going around making plays. He's 2-2-15, so he's only missed out on 1 kill on his team.
Copy has the Aegis, willing to just walk in aggressively. He will scout them, but now the question is he gone too far? Eki will bait out the arena. Tai Lung able to walk through the wall, but the Walrus Punch making it a little bit difficult. Can they get back into the base? The TP coming now through from Gardic, healing them up with the Hand of God and the mech. The spear back is going to be enough. They survive on Amaru. They get the Aegis, but the question is, can you keep your tower alive because you spent absolutely everything?
Maybe if you had an amplified damage rune on that Leshrac, you could have picked up a kill.
Popped it and immediately died anyway.
True.
Smoke up, though. I like the smoke. Continue to play aggressive, right?
Yeah, you don't have to stop. 7K. Find a Mars in the mid lane. Another kill over on 2 Copy. No money tree this time.
$8K gold advantage here as we approach 20 minutes. The next set of items, like you have a Shiva's on Lesh. They're going to go straight to the Tormentor top. They'll kill this, go right back through the Fiend's Gate. This is a real team bonding exercise, you know? Like,
Driving around together.
the vibes are high, you know? Yeah. Quick little stop at the drive-thru, get themselves the Aghanim Shard. Bumping some music, walk, you know, and drive off. Dude, the shards for Eki is...
Amaru trying to bait this ward.
Has been killed.
Okay,
It worked.
he died very fast. The bait of the ward does pay off. You do lose the Chen somewhere. I think just solo randomly walks into copy, but... What I was going to say is the Aghanim Shard for Tusk is going to be very valuable this game, because we've already seen him have like great initiation, but now like blocking off heroes even more, making it that much more difficult for him to play the fights is rough. We have double Shivas this game. Copy almost has, well, I guess not almost. He still needs the recipe, but will be buying one for himself.
Not worth it. I mean, they both really like the armor.
Yeah, I mean, I think Underlord could have gone Lotus, but I think overall it's not bad. Like, 2 Shivas is whatever. Like, they can go on different targets. Like, Copy can just blink the back line, and Underlord's just running at the other ones.
I guess so. Eki gonna find the
Blink,
Dragonite.
Walrus Punch. Beautiful follow-up from the stun. Snowball to dodge the spear, and they're stuck in the shards. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that hurts so bad.
Radiant are scanning.
They
Ludwig
died
will get
so
out.
quickly.
But a small consolation prize, losing both your Dragonite and your Mars. Space Mate, I guess, for Wits. He's caught up past the Mars. He's not too far behind, all things considered, for how much they were bullying him. But they're working on your high ground, and you'd usually like to have a BKB or something before you join these fights. He's actually going for a Nullifier.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I guess
I like
you...
that.
His middle tower is under
Jurgen's Crimson Guard, you know, you just gotta kill somebody, I think.
So-
I don't know.
has fallen.
Like, what other options do you have at this point? Keep you out on the Chen. Good heads up play there. But tower's gone. Copy. Ooh. Okay, he turned back around. Never mind. I was like, he might find Wits there, but never mind. Wits has a bunch of traps laid around in that jungle there, so able to kind of get a little bit of vision.
Yeah, which is why I was wondering when they would get a gem, and Kadaro has now purchased one.
Radiant
That's
are
smart.
scanning.
So they should be able to clear out a lot of the vision going forward. Make the map really dark for Amaru, scare them to just staying in their base. Which, of course, is game losing, so you got to make your way out anyways, and that's where you're going to run into these global heroes, right? Eki is just going to be on the hunt on his own, knowing 2 heroes could show up at any time to help him.
Yeah, dude, this Underlord is so scary, dude. I don't know how you ever approach this guy.
I think you're trying not to.
Just
I think you're going to...
Crimson Guard Shivas.
yeah, you're going to do your best to
Yeah.
avoid him at all costs.
That's a lot of damage from Tai Long. Gets the snowball though. Will have the shard block here now as well. And well, that BKB does not save you against Copy. Dude, Eki has just been playing so well in this game.
Yeah, still, where's he at now? 2, 3, and 19, so missed a second kill somewhere, but still rocking.
How dare he?
Just about 90+% kill participation. He's being super active for his team. Looking for a little more.
And he's gonna push to get the tower. He's gonna try and TP on out, but again, can't really happen there.
Dire's bottom
But you did get a tower, so it is something.
Dire's
You do lose your
bottom
bottom
tower
tier
is under
2.
attack.
Roshan's up in a minute 30. I mean, this is really where I think Pipsqueak can look to try and end the game, is off the back of that next Aegis and the banner. Your Underlord's going to have an Aghanim Scepter. You've already got the Mjolnir on the Nature's Prophet, who's now going for the Curse of the Old Growth. What else could they possibly need to end this? What do you think?
No, I think that's good. I don't think they need much more else. They're waiting for the next Aegis. They'll get the banner. On the side of Amaru, you're gonna need some really good spear backs. The nullifier is done, so you can remove the Crimson Guard, whatever other buffs come out that can be removed, right? If you can delete one hero at a time, you know, it's kind of doable. I've seen bigger leads thrown. I am an Enigma fan. So
Oh, no.
Amaru doesn't have to, maybe Amaru doesn't have to, you know, give up hope yet. You got to play this one out, see where it goes. But it is, it's very
catch some
tough.
strays. With this, Eki continuing to try and just scout, look for heroes. The smoke gonna connect here. They do find Kadaro. That's a good opening. The snowball. He's not gonna bother. Eki's like, you're on your own. They do just go ahead and jump for more though. Tai Lung on the run. There's gonna be another shard block inside the arena. Nullifier does come out onto the Underlord, but Oscar trying his best to escape. There's the disruption, the stun out from Copy. He's managed to find Tai Lung, and just like this, the big boys on the side of Amaru go down. The 3 for 2. You get, you know, a buyback on the Hoodwink, a buyback on the Shadow Demon, but the TA can't really even contribute here.
No, and you could maybe go look for her, but you don't really need to. You're in front of their base, so they're just gonna go ahead and get racked. Let the TA go split push. What's the biggest thing she could do? You know, take your tier 2. It's not a problem. But they're gonna kill her one more time because it's funny anyways. Nande looking for her. No trees nearby. Is this gonna backfire on him? I don't think she can solo him.
Well, with this, full land of racks down, Roche is up, they go straight into the pit. And this should be Aegis and the banner going the way of Pipsqueak here.
Probably give it to Copy again.
I agree. Nope, it'll go to Nande.
Okay, they give it to Nande. I mean, he is the one who's gonna hit the building, so I understand that. I just thought you might have Copy like jump in to make space. Looks like they found a shield rune though, so maybe they, you know, split seconds like, oh, I'll use the shield rune, you can have the Aegis. You just need one fight and the game's probably over. You got an 18k gold lead. The odds are very
they
good
just
for
walk in
you.
through top.
Yeah, just don't get speared back too far from the rest of your team. Even that is probably okay, because
Radiant's middle tower
your team is so farmed, they can all just jump in.
Yeah, if he gets speared in, that's like, Eki's going in, brother. He's just gonna blink in, snowball, save him, or Kadaro even could do the same thing with like disruption. But we'll see what they end up doing. The next, are they not gonna banner the next wave and push?
I don't think you have to.
Okay.
You have a while with this Aegis, right? You can look around. All right, they're gonna go for it.
Yeah, it's just like, you don't need to delay, right? Like your Nature's Prophet can come in. The banner's there.
I think this game
That should
you
be there and start
don't.
killing the TA traps.
If they throw, they will look back at this, because I think you could wait for Butterfly and you could wait for the catapult wave and still have 2 minutes on your Aegis. So there's arguably a much stronger timing a little bit down the line, but 19k ahead now is also pretty good. So I think you can force it
Yeah,
as you keep removing these observers.
it's relatively safe to just sit back behind Nande as they go for this. There's the Blink Spear. It actually doesn't connect. He gets the Force Staff out. The Nullifier doesn't do a whole lot. Inside this pit, though, is the arena surrounding them. And now Oscar's forced to BKB. Tai Lung's forced to BKB. And they're going to be able to make the jump on a Copy. The Nullifier removing the shield
It's
rune.
everywhere.
But the damage he does just kills this Dragon Knight. They've managed to isolate Wits here once again. Nobody dying on the side of Pipsqueak as they continue to dive into the base. It's GG's. Shielding our eyes here with that